When you look in Primo, you'll see sometimes you'll have two records, and specifically this is a ebook, and you'll notice that when you click on the Get It tab for the top one, it has check holdings and it has an orange dot in front of it. We don't own this particular ebook, and this is something that is owned by another library, but this record is in our institution zone. The one on the bottom is the record that we have access to through EBSCO and the EBSCO Academic eBook Collection and the eBook Central Academic Complete Collection. And you'll notice you can tell that you're looking at a record that is that another library has, that they have access to, because you'll see that there is a IZ MMSID in the top record, and you don't see the IC MMSID in the bottom record. And these are resources that were activated by Gil, and so they're available in the network zone. And you'll also notice that these are two different records. The top record has OCLC number 746765755, which is different than the bottom one. And also the network zone MMSID is different. So these are two different records. Alright, so what this problem is, that's an example of one of the records that would show up on the multi-match record report. And what's happening is that we have a report that lists records that match multiple records in the network zone. And when a record matches multiple records because it has multiple O35 fields, it's not added or linked to an existing record, but it adds that record to your institution's IZ. And so you see the top record here, record number 1, is the record, it's the first record in the network zone, and it's matching on another record that's in the network zone, which is the one on the bottom, record number 2. And record number 2 has multiple O35 fields, you see here. And so what ends up happening is that it puts a record that doesn't have holdings in your institution zone. So here you can see you have this record open in the institution tab, and this is not an electronic book that we have purchased, so we wouldn't have access to it in the institution zone. The bottom image shows you what this looks like in the network zone. So what we're going to do is look at this record number 27 here, and I'm going to open up Alma. And I'm going to search for this by the MMSID number that I have on the report, and you'll see that under electronic, we don't have any holdings for this. If you take the OCLC number and you search by OCLC number in the network zone, you're going to see who holds this book, and this is owned by Georgia Southern. If you look in Primo by searching by OCLC number, you're going to see the record comes up in our institution zone. So it's visible to our patrons, but it's going to be confusing to them because where it says check holdings, there's an orange dot, so it's not available. If they click on Get It, they're going to get a message that says your library does not own this item. If you look at this in the University System of Georgia, however, you're going to see the same thing. It'll say one result for USG. Again, we don't own this. This is something that's owned by Georgia Southern. So what we're going to be doing is removing the record so it doesn't show up if a patron searches for soft tissue disorders in Gordon State, and they have it filtered by Gordon State College. So we're going to go back to the institution zone, and what we're going to do is we're going to click on Edit Record, File, and Delete Record. And it's going to say you're about to delete soft tissue disorders, and it's going to give you this MMSID number. And this is the same MMSID number that shows up on this multi-match report that we have. So this is the one that we definitely want to delete. We're going to click on Yes, and that deletes the record from our institution zone. And the record is still going to show up in the network zone, but it's gone from the institution zone. So what will happen is after Alma gets updated tonight, when you search for this particular book in Primo, filtered by Gordon State College, this record is going to go away. So the last thing I do on this report is I add a note saying that I deleted this record from the institution zone, and I go ahead and I highlight it in orange. So the ones I have on this report that are orange are ones that we've deleted from our institution zone. And if you click Details in Primo, you'll be able to see the OCLC number that I just entered on the spreadsheet, along with the network zone MMSID number and the institution MMSID. So the IZ MMSID would be taking you to the record in our institution zone if it were still here. The network zone MMSID would take you to whoever owns the book in the network, and you'll be able to see what institution owns it. And in this case, it's only held by one institution, and that's Georgia Southern University. Okay, so we just did one. I'm going to do another, and here what I did is I pulled up another book in Primo, and you'll see you have two records in here, and one has a green dot in front of online access and one has an orange dot. And if one of our patrons clicks on the one that says green, you'll see that this book has been activated for us in Galileo, and Gil did this for us, and these are all the databases that it's available for, so our patrons can access this record here. What we need to do is get rid of the bottom one, and if you go to Details, this is the institution zone MMSID number right here, 512-62410. If you look at the column B right here for skin cancer, this is the 512-62410 record right here. So we're going to pull this up in our institution zone, and you'll see that Armstrong actually has access to this. So I'm assuming that what they did is they actually purchased that ebook. So we did not purchase a copy of the ebook. We just have it available to us through these databases right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up this record here in the MD editor, and I'm going to go to File, Delete Record, And what that's going to do for us is it's going to delete that one from the institution zone right here, and it's going to leave this record, the one that has the different network zone MMS ID. So this one will still be in Primo. The one on the bottom will go away. And you can see that the top record here is the one I'm pulling up in the network zone. And then these are all of the these are all the portfolios that are available that you saw right here in these different databases. And it says that University of West Georgia has a copy of this as well. So again, I left the one that has OCLC number 819638386, and the one I deleted was this one that begins with 746746. So I'm going to go to my multi-match report and just add a note that I deleted this particular record with this OCLC number.